What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about Lucid, I want to go over some of the current data points, what is really moving it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, Lucid is up 3.22%, roughly around 10 minutes left in the trading day. A lot of volatility today though, so 348 the low, 358 the high. Kind of low volume, so 26.3 million shares being traded, 35.4 is the average. These are some of the transactions that did occur so far today on the secondary market. So kind of mixed, some buying, some selling, but you do have algos really working overtime, buying the hell out of Lucid. So a lot of smaller transactions. And tomorrow, potentially, you could see the fear and greed index move to the extreme greed category. So that would be as a byproduct of PCE. Powell also did come out saying that they do anticipate the inflation data tomorrow, again PCE, to be relatively in line with expectations. So yeah, the market is in full greed mode, really rallying very, very high today. You also had GDP and initial jobless claims coming out today. So initial jobless claims came in at 218, forecast of 224. GDP came in flat. So essentially that is good. Shows that the economy is where Powell really does want it. Although with good data, it kind of has its side effects. The likelihood of a 50 basis point cut for the November 7th meeting did go down slightly. So I believe even pre-market before the data, it was at like 64. Now there is a 49% likelihood of a 50 basis point. But even if we have a 25 for the November 7th, a 25 for the December 18th, having 100 in total for 2024, I think that would be very good for the whole EV sector, which is very sensitive to interest rates. Nothing official from Lucid, so no SEC filings, no press releases, nothing like that. So a lot of people are just waiting with high anticipation for the Gravity. Clearly, I think that's going to be the next big announcement from them, aside from their earnings, which should be announced probably next week or within the next week and a half. Aside from that, unofficially, this was posted by Lucid Oasis on Twitter. So 𝗖𝗧𝗪𝗡𝗖𝗧, who is the VP and Managing Director of Lucid Middle East, is participating in the 94th Saudi National Day celebration at the Saudi Consulate General in LA. So hopefully there is a interview that does kind of pop up from this. I know Lucid never really advertises a lot of these types of interviews. It just somehow shows up on Twitter, social media. So hopefully that does come out, because I really like 𝗖𝗧𝗪𝗡𝗖𝗧 and his kind of cutthroat attitude. He just says it how it is, no BS. So that's one thing I really do value about that. So hopefully that does pop up. Aside from that, today is a interesting day because for whatever reason, shorts are returning. So this is the first time in a while that shorts are returning some shares. So currently returning 680,000 shares, 30.15% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 270.24 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 6.65%, and then utilization is 96.38. This is why I like to analyze this type of information, because by shorts returning, it does validate today's green day. So generally pretty good stuff all in all. Moving on to options, and actually sorry, I'll give you guys a quick overview of this. Through IBKR, it does indicate around 3.8 million shares is available to be shorted. So if shorts were really doubtful about today, they would easily be able to double down. But looking at options, kind of low dollar value, so 306,000 in calls, 136,000 in puts. Just based on this one candle right here, between 10:45 and 10:50 a.m. there was 42,000 in premiums. And if we kind of open this and look at what was done, ultimately it looks like $3.50 call. So bullish option. It was a multi-leg one as well, but still generally fairly bullish. And as a consensus of all the options being done today, 60% is bullish and overall. So yeah, you kind of have a double whammy. You have very bullish options data as well as shorts returning. So I don't know, maybe today is going to be a full moon or something like that. But looking at the call options that are being purchased, you do see a lot more optimism. So you see it kind of surging back to that 450 potentially. And then looking at puts, see it kind of sub 350/3. So a lot more upside is anticipated as of right now. And looking at the technicals right now with it at $3.53, 3 minutes left in the market right now though, so that could change. But with it right now at $3.54, it is trading between these 2 points, so the S1 and the pivot. So $3.43 is that strong support. Didn't really get touched today, so that's kind of a good thing. Flip side, $3.63 is that next strong resistance / target. Similarly, that didn't get touched. So it's kind of just stuck between these 2 points, and conveniently between those 2 points is this right here, that damn 50-day moving average. So it's been kind of flirting with that for the last week, give or take, and you do see stochastic very oversold, and then as well number of retail investors are getting in. So this one kind of reminds me of, not to bring up NIO, but it does remind me of NIO's. So NIO was flirting with that 200-day moving average for a good 2 weeks, and then all it got, or all it needed, I guess, was that good catalyst, a nice little push, and then it just broke out. So I think that could really be coming for Lucid in reality, especially that 50-day moving average is a very big deal for Lucid. So all it needs is that nice little gentle nudge push higher, whether that be with PCE data tomorrow, or if Lucid does decide to put out some piece of news, then yeah, you could see it kind of really pushing higher. So it is pent up, and with it over sold right now, it's in a little bit more of a better scenario than NIO. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Make sure you guys take advantage of this promo. Only 4 days left. It does give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So link to this is in the description below and also the comments. So yeah, give yourself a shout out if you've been buying. And what is your thoughts with shorts? Do you think that they have some big plan, some diabolical plan, or are they just overextended and kind of ready for Lucid to move higher? What's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like I said, and with all that, appreciate all of you guys watching.